Hello. In this video, I want to talk about divs and spans. Divs and spans give us the building blocks we need to lay out and organize our page. And in introducing them, I'll also explain the difference between inline and block level elements. So here I have a new thing that we haven't looked at before, which is a code pen. You can sign up for your own code pen account. And it's really handy because it lets you try out HTML and CSS and JavaScript, like little kind of coding sketches without having to set up too much stuff. It's like kind of the H1 and the CSS is already plugged in for you. And it's a good way to just kind of experiment with, simple things and new behaviors to see if you get a handle on them. Okay, so I have an H1, divs and spans, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's just make a couple paragraphs here. And I'm going to say this is some text in a div. And the other cool thing about it is a code pen is that it updates automatically. Okay, so I said this is some text in a div, but there are no divs. So let's do that. So a div, the syntax is just div, and then you close it. And then we do another one over here. And like that. Okay, so nothing has happened. It looks exactly the same. It's not that exciting. And this is because by default, the div will expand, will be 100% of the width of your browser. It'll be transparent and it'll expand to its content. That's what it's going to do by default. Okay, so things get a bit more interesting when we start adding attributes to our div. So let's say we're going to go div CSS here. We'll do background color. Okay, and now it's pink. But if I, oh, here's another thing we haven't really talked about before. We've talked about how you can comment out HTML with this syntax here. Commenting is super handy. But in CSS, if you use the same syntax, it would break. In CSS, if we want to comment something out, we do this. It's / star, and then to close it, it's star again. And what's cool about commenting is you can leave your code there and turn it off, or you can leave notes for yourselves and others, right? So I just want to show you that if I did the same thing with P, I said I'll even copy and paste it here, I'd get the same result. What you can't really do with P, though, is this. So I'm going to take this off. And I'm going to say width is 50%. And so now what happens is I can control, the width of this thing. I can also say min. I'll explain why I use min height and not height in another video, but just for now, we're going to say min height is, I don't know, 200 pixels. And now we have these boxes. All right. So let's add some. Let's get rid of this for a second and add some more text to these. To show, now that I've turned off that styling, the div's going to expand to the text, and we'll look at spans. So spans are ways of styling within a line. So divs are block level elements, meaning by default, they're going to take up the 100% of the width and stack one on top of each other. Spans are inline elements, meaning that, so within this text here, if I wanted to, select a bit of text, this is kind of within the block. It's like going across lines. And so what a span will do, in a practical sense, is it will let us style text outside of emphasis and bold. It'll give us more options to style text. So to do that, I'm going to say span close it over here. And, nothing's happened. But if I do you can see that now I can highlight text if I want. Pretty neat. Okay. So then, what would happen if so let's take these spans out for a sec. What would happen if I put a div inside the paragraph? So here, let's just clean this all up. P. That. Let's get some actual text here. Okay. All right, so now we have some text to work with. So let's see here. And let's give some more attributes here. So let's say paragraph. Whoops. Paragraph. Text. Color is blue. Okay. Guess I'll save this. Okay, so now if I put div in here, it's going to totally mess up my code, right? and you'll see that the browser actually broke my paragraph over here because a div is a block level element. It's trying to make a block, and then it's like, what's blue? It's just like, don't ever do this. This situation is what the span is for. Okay, so to recap, divs and spans are going to be what allows us to further organize and create structure in the page and kind of move things around and control